How about now? How about now? There we go. Microphone just wasn't plugged in all the way. Alrighty, hello people of the internet. It is I, Soul Rack Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today we will probably be finishing off Traum. I mean, Moriarty is literally the only antagonist left here, so I can imagine there's not much beyond him. Let's just claim those real quick. What are the other master missions? Wild Beasts and Lawfuls. We'll get it done eventually. But into Traum we shall go for Section 21, Death of a Detective. Ooh, that's not ominous in the slightest bit, is it? Well, let's begin Section 21 here. Only 3 arrows for this one, so that's not too bad. And it said support only, so we'll find out what this one is all about. Oh, stretch, stretch, stretch. Ooh, that was some good shoulder pops. Holmes. My apologies, this place brings back powerful memories for me. I don't blame you, you did die here after all, but so did Moriarty. That should be, but indeed, I certainly have no fond memories of this place. But that's just the sort of obstacle one must overcome if one intends to alter fate. Don't you agree, Mr. Moriarty? James Moriarty. Well, mister, did you find the answer you were looking for? Were you able to determine my identity, my goal, my truth? Well, looks like we're up, Master. Wait, not just yet. Let me fight him one-on-one. Seriously? Absolutely. Something tells me I need to do this alone. All at once, Holmes seemed to flicker like a mirage. I'm guessing he saw the same thing. I don't know if he asked Holmes to wait or grabbed his coat to try to stop him. But either way, Holmes just only smiled and shrugged it off. Was he sure about this? Of course not, but... Are you sure about this? Whatever you do, just come back, Holmes. You might be a traitor, but you're still cool. Of course. Even I could tell he was just saying that. I mean, considering what this section is named, you know, I kind of think Holmes might not be coming back. Hello, mister. There's a mystery here. I used to think that only mysteries could be solved were those with missing pieces. But perhaps I'm the one who's missing something important. In which case, I expect fighting you should allow me to regain whatever that might be. Only if you win, of course. I will. You won't beat me. Of that, I'm absolutely certain. Ah! I missed. No, it wasn't that as I thought my attack failed to function as an attack. I didn't even feel an impact from striking his body. The entire attack was nullified. I knew it. It's just as I suspected. Tell the truth, I have no memories of you at all. Perhaps because I was summoned in my youthful form. My memories of my life end with my youth. That's why I had such high hopes for you, Sherlock Holmes, my sworn enemy. You were meant to be the one detective who could match my intellect, oppose my cruelty. But you seem to have missed something vital right up to your final moments. Oh, and what would that be? That, the moment you stood before me, you already lost. And now I'll show you why. Here he comes. Alrighty, Holmes v. Moriarty. Ruler v. Ruler. Fucking break bar ruler. 4 HP. What did that even do, Holmes? What did that even do? I think I need to... You know, I can afford Baritsu. Cannot afford that, so... Abba. Oh, of course, no damage. I didn't even see he had a buff going. I have to see what that buff is. What is that buff? Question mark, question mark, question mark to decrease damage taken. Wow, that's certainly a descriptive one, isn't it? This might be able to penetrate. Oh wait, insight, stunned, and cursed Holmes. Whoa, okay, was that 100,000 damage? Yes, it was. Holmes, why the heck did you just take 100,000 damage? Stunned and cursed from his insight. He had debuff immune, though. I'm calling foul play, Moriarty. Section 2. No combat. Oh, static. Holmes. Whoa. Ah, apologies. I must have been lost in thought. I must say this is quite unusual for a human like me. Human? Yes, of course, I may be a servant now, but in life I was a human. There are many different kinds of servants out there. Some are descended from gods. Some use divine spirits for their foundation. But as one would expect, most of them are human. Hey there, Mr. Holmes. Do I know you? I feel hazy, as though I were in a dream. No, I was just hoping you could give me the answer to a mystery I've been wondering about. Don't listen to him, Holmes. No, my dear Watson, mysteries demand an answer. Thank you, Holmes. Alright, here's my question. This mystery has endured for as long as the singularity itself. Who is the master you were summoned to serve? I've asked and been asked that question myself numerous times. Was it the Holy Grail in the fourth singularity, a chain summon that arose from my bond to Henry Jekyll? Every time I face the question, I've come up with a plausible answer that suits the situation. But I can't ignore the truth any longer, because now, at long last, the answer to the mystery of me has finally clicked into place. Holmes, no. Good gracious, if this is like the shortest set of sections that I could have finished yesterday, I'm going to be a little annoyed. Formation restricted. Form your party immediately before the battle begins. Ruler, are we up against Holmes? Don't make me fight Holmes. He's cool. Mr. Holmes, I'm well aware that the plot to incinerate humanity has already succeeded and that I have no means to counter it. Yet even so, there is a request I wish to make of you. If and when humankind manages to resolve the incineration of humanity, another threat is sure to follow. The incineration of humanity is an erasure of human history's past. But why did it begin in 2018? I sense an impending crisis in that year. The incineration of humanity is not what stops history from developing beyond 2019. There was never anything beyond 2019. The King of Mages could see that as well as I can. That is why he began collecting resources from 2018 backwards. This is the mystery I want you to solve. But Baby came from the future. How did the incineration of humanity come about? What created the singularities? We already know the answers to those questions. That's right, Sherlock Holmes was summoned in London. I accepted Sir Babbage's request and traveled from the fourth singularity to the sixth, because I had been told that was where I would try Hermes, the Atlas Institute's Spiriton computer. Chaldea's command room was unable to record these events thanks to the Atlas Institute's comms interference, thereby completely preventing Leonardo da Vinci and Romani Arkman from learning about them. This means that a larger question was indefinitely postponed. Could a heroic spirit summoned by the land itself migrate to a wholly different land without a master? Theoretically, such a thing was perfectly possible. It was one of my abilities as a great detective. But if Romani Arkman had heard of this, he'd have surely thought of a different possibility. That Sherlock Holmes was summoned by a sentient entity, a master. Who would that master be? The answer is obvious. My orders were to join Chaldea in the fight against the King of Mages' plot, and spy on them. And the only being who would give us servants such a mission is the foreign god. No, Holmes, no! foreign god summoned me. I've been the foreign god's servant since this all began. The foreign god's first disciple. Good grief, I have no memory of that whatsoever, but the circumstantial evidence is undeniable. I must have sealed my own memories away, forgotten that I was actually the foreign god's disciple. I don't know if I did that to gain Chaldea's trust or escape the foreign god's control. With the memories of my summoning sealed off, I'll never know for sure. But I can do what most likely happened. I obeyed the foreign god's commands when I was summoned. Much as I would like to believe I would never do such a thing, I must accept that I did. It is an irrefutable fact. So then, what was my motive? I wasn't brainwashed. I'm certain I agreed to answer the foreign god's summon after successfully negotiating with her. So what reason could Sherlock Holmes possibly have to obey her? The foreign god summoned me to London, and then she sent me to find Trihermes. Singularities, proper human history, lost belts, trees of emptiness, star shapes, universe forms, god figures. The celestial bodies became unobservable, and numerous galaxies stood tall on Earth's surface. What incredible isolation, what incredible solitude. It is as though the very planet itself were cut off from the rest of the universe. Our world is already hollow, empty, and void. Therefore, I see, yes, that would be reason enough for me to obey. I erased my own records, my own memories. But I didn't do so to hide the fact that I was actually a disciple of the foreign god. I erased my memories of being the foreign god's disciple, because as long as I had them, I would have to obey the foreign god. That is who I am. That is Sherlock Holmes. This is not a matter of betraying humanity, or even Chaldea. No, I fabricated this clumsy, clever story so I could betray my own principles. My summoned self, as inscribed in human history, was a cold, calculating man. A man who made deductions without regard for good or evil. So I created another self, one who could act with concern for good, one the people of Chaldea would find endearing. One like my own past, perhaps fantastical, self. So this isn't the true nature of Holmes. I see, so that's what happened. Holmes? Watson? Or are you Yelena? You don't seem to be the small Da Vinci. Or perhaps you're Mr. Soul. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. Though still broadly true, there is one flaw in this theory of mine. It doesn't account for situations in which finding the truth would put myself and those around me in danger. That is why I simply ignored this mystery. I sealed the entire problem away outside my thought processes before I could arrive at a conclusion. You don't have to say any more, Holmes. But now that seal has been broken, it can be clearer who summoned the revealer. I am a disciple of the foreign god. My job is to... Holmes? Ever since I was summoned, other things have filled in for what I was missing. This allowed me to see many truths, see through them and arrive at the correct answer. But right now, that's not what matters. I now know what Moriarty is after. I know what his goal is in the singularity. It's Chaldea. But then maybe that's not a problem. This man looking down at me is young, wild, and deliberate. But he's also arrogant and conceited. So he is all but certain to reveal his objective to the others. So all I have to do is tell them what sort of power this Moriarty possesses. I see. Even now, I found the answer. What was that? Mr. Soul. Moriarty wields the power of the Norns, the 3 Norse goddesses of fate. That explains why you're so absolutely untouchable, but that won't be a problem anymore. Yes, this is how it should be. Holmes. I tumble down the falls. Thumbnail. It's a sad image thumbnail, but it's a thumbnail! Not because I was wounded, but because now that I know the truth, I must disappear. I may have been the foreign god's disciple, But by averting my eyes from that truth, I've been betraying my master all this time. And neither can I deny that I have betrayed Chaldea as well. After all, my job is to... which makes this perfect timing. What's your job, Holmes? After all, this is a problem even you overlooked. It is not that the problem was so difficult that even a great detective failed to recognize it. It's that Sherlock Holmes was simply ignoring it. That is what she meant. It was also a warning. I'm sorry, Miss Sion. I'm sorry I didn't realize what you were trying to delicately convey. What else could I have done? As a gentleman detective like myself, intentionally ignoring a problem, unthinkable. Yet that is the emotion I experienced as a great detective working on the case of proper human history's murder for justice. An emotion that ill befits the heroic spirit of Sherlock Holmes. I enjoyed my time here immensely. Every day of it. The fiendishly difficult cases, the impending crises. I may have not had Watson here, but I will deeply miss the days I spent traveling with so many allies. I turned a blind eye to the truth so I could remain with them. But I chose the best outcome in lieu of the worst. I wielded a detective's greatest weapons, reason and intelligence, right to the end. And now I'm smiling. Smiling at Moriarty as he looks down at me. He stares back at me, his puzzled expression so clearly asking me why. Why else? Holmes? Because we, Chaldea, will win. There's no call for me to make some grand deduction. No, I can say this with absolute confidence. We will win. I have no fear of death. All I have is confidence in our victory. And a slight sense of relief. James Moriarty. You may have won, but the ultimate victory is mine. Goodbye, people of Chaldea. Goodbye, Mr. Zemlupus. Goodbye, Miss Sion. Captain Nemo. Goodbye, Da Vinci. Goodbye, Gordolph. Goodbye, Yelena. Goodbye, Mr. Soul. Goodbye, Miss Kyrolite. Goodbye, my dear, dear friends. Ah, what a wonderful time this has been. Holmes. He threw himself into the falls, the way he died before. But why? I won. At least, I think I won. Chills crawled down his spine. He wasn't afraid so much as bewildered. What was that acquisitive chuckle? Still don't get it, do you? Who's there? Are you me? Why, yes. Think of me as you 30 years from now. What did you come to tell me? That you've made a rather dreadful mistake. You haven't a clue what you're doing, and who would know that better than me? No one knows you better than yourself, no? Huh. Don't give me that. I just defeated the man you spent your entire life losing to. Ah, indeed you did. You fought Sherlock Holmes man to man, and you won. Very dramatic. But you do have other things left to do, don't you? Well, good luck to you. You're going to need it. Not yet. This isn't over yet. That's right. I can't be spacing out like this. I still have to... Well, Chaldeans, as you've seen for yourselves, Sherlock Holmes is dead. That's one thing done, so I just have to one more to take care of here. What's that? To take control of Chaldea, to gobble up your entire organization for myself. No, don't tell me that's any surprise. I believe I can win the war you're fighting far more efficiently than you can. With all due respect, I guess this is none at all. Did it ever cross your mind that we might just be a little furious at you after you killed one of our own? Yes, I suppose I can see how you might feel that way. Of course, I understand. No, you don't. You don't understand a damn thing. Read my lips. Piss off, shipbird. I wasn't asking you. Well, Caddock, what do you think of my proposal? Is that your way of saying you want me to become your master? Right you are. I have no interest in soul hair whatsoever, you see. You're far more diligent, passionate, and most especially sarcastic than he is. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Sure didn't feel like one. Anyway, no hard pass. I'm done with betrayals. I see. So that is what you're misunderstanding. You need to betray Chaldea. I'll be the one doing the betraying. Seriously? So what, you're just gonna give up being a foreign disciple? That's just it. I'm a foreign disciple, not a disciple of the foreign god. My contracted allegiance is not to her, but to the system she possesses. Yes, the foreign god summoned me and gave me power, but I'm under no obligation to obey her. I've severed my ties to that fate. Right, the 3 goddesses of fate. Exactly. As Holmes told you, I have 3 divine spirits embedded in me. Aurora, Verandi, and Skuld, the 3 Norse goddesses of fate. I can cut a thread to sever one fate and spin a new one. No wonder nothing could kill you. You kept changing your fate to make you undying every time you were attacked. That's right, this power also allowed me to throw off my shackles. I'm free now. However, I'd hate to continue the pretense that I'm still a foreign disciple. It is, as they say, not a good look. Besides, I only became a disciple to defeat Sherlock Holmes. I've always planned to break my contract once that was done, and once I do, I'd rather have a new master. One like you, Catexem Lupus. I see. Look closer at Moriarty. He stands near the top of the Reichenbach Falls. His abilities are extraordinary. His tactics and strategies are highly refined. And more than anything, he's speaking from the heart. Even I can tell that much. So he probably really does mean to betray the foreign god. If we let him join Chaldea, we might actually be able to handle situations like this even more efficiently. I just can't dismiss his notion out of hand. Except, there's just one thing. I'd be throwing away my pride. I wouldn't normally give a rat's ass about that. But that's human thinking, and I'm not just a human. I'm a cryptor and a mage. I'll approach this rationally and tell him what I've decided. Alright, you want me to be your master? Fine. Caddock. Excellent, then let's get right to... Not so fast, I have 2 conditions. First, you need to fight Soul and win. I want to see just how good you really are. Second, you have to accept the results without complaining. That's it. Just those 2 conditions. Should be easy for a guy with the power of the goddesses of fate, right? It'll hardly be a productive battle, but very well. You can do this, right, Soul? Oh, yeah. Pop him one in the face for Holmes. Charlemagne! You better believe I'm here. Charles the Great, the father of Europe and the first Holy Roman Emperor. You're undoubtedly an A-rank servant. But you're leaking magical energy like crazy. You won't be able to fight for more than a few minutes at best. Plenty of time to kick your ass, then. Asinine. How about I call in a couple more servants? Another servant? Ah, you mean one of your summons. Please, by all means. Come to me. Come on. My first... Nash! The reshift room. Starting on summons program assault. Commencing Spiriton conversion. All systems are go. Commencing emergency order. Superhero landing mesh. Just do the superhero landing. I'm sorry it took so long, Master. First servant, Shielder, Mash Chirolite reporting for duty. I'm okay. If Holmes were here now, I'm sure he'd say... Now, calm yourself, Miss Chirolite. I'm not here to take revenge. I'm here to fight for what I believe in. I like it. I knew you were one of the Knights of the Round Table, but looking at you now, I'm tempted to make you my 13th Paladin. Let's do this mash. It'll be my honor, Charlemagne. Ridiculous. If you truly think you could take me, you're welcome to try. Ah! Insolent girl. She'll only wear herself out. Oh, well, I suppose I should take this chance to show them the sheer difference in our abilities. Viewed to the threads of my fate norns, her attacks will never touch me. That is fate. It is the way things are meant to be. Ooh. What? But how? I hit him. Nice, let's keep it up. Right, here goes. Wait, stop. What's going on? Nash has already defied fate. My thread of fate, it's almost snapped. No, it's been weakened. That's right. In his final moments, Holmes told us that won't be a problem anymore. Now I know what he meant. When you defeated him, you also ended your fate. James Moriarty, you were Sherlock Holmes' greatest rival. But the reverse is true as well. Holmes was fated to be your rival. Alright, Chaldea. I'll sink to whatever depths I must to claim victory, and not by a thin margin, but an overwhelming one. A victory without employing cheap tricks. A victory that will have you all kneeling at my feet, awed by my might. This is the only victory I will accept. Ooh, shiny. Spirit Origin values are rising rapidly. Looks like he's finally getting serious. We're serious too. Absolutely. Alright, time to pull out all the stops. You're a straightforward one, I'll meet you with all the power I possess then. That and that alone will give me the perfect dominating victory I seek. My name is James Moriarty. I'm the foreign disciple of the Napoleon of crime, and the one who will soon command all of Chaldea. Here I come. Oh, you won't be commanding Chaldea. You're already my servant. Alright, so we have Charlie. So Mash and Charlie need to be in the start. Okay. Serious mode. Bond 8. Mash Kyberlight. With. Do I go Golden Sumo? Or do I go Iron Will if I can find it? I think 15% attack boost is too good. Charlie, get replaced with Meemlin. Meemlin can take his CE as well. And then we're up against a ruler. Let's bring an Avenger. Jolter. You know what? I need to find that CE. I have 10 points I can spend. That or a 4-star CE if comparable. No, not before Awakening. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, it's gotta be here somewhere. 4-star CE, right? I think so. Still in the 5 stars, though. Now we're in the 4 stars. Where is that CE? Where could it be? I don't know. I don't see that CE. Sadness, that is me. But I kind of sorted by level, actually, so it shouldn't be that low down, right? I'm trying to find it. Where are you? You know, screw it. Match, you're getting Sumo as well. Meemlin, you don't need your CE. Alright. Yeah, this works. Let's go. We've got Avenger power. Mash power. And Charlie power. Probability. There's always a path to probable victory. So you need only struggle with all your might. Now let us fight to the death. It's your forte. No. He has 3 buffs. Mystic Eyes of Penetration. Spraying the threads of fate. I won't be beholden to fate. Oh. Okay, everybody just got a ton of shit. So, Mash has Mystic Eyes for some reason. Moriarty has Erder's Thread, HP recovery at each turn, and set NP to 0 when gauge gets broken. Same thing with Verandi's Thread, increased buff removal resistance, and crit star dropping. So, he has a 3-turn damage minus and 3-turn damage increase. Okay. Hello, Jolter-sama. Welcome to the stream. I'll be things. You say that with a name like Jolter. And a profile picture of Jolter. Jokey, funny. Alright, so I need to think. How am I going to maneuver here? You? Invincible 2 times to 1 ally, increase MP gain when her spirit. Invincible to 1 ally, increase NP gain, and apply a state where Heroic King is applied to yourself when damage for yourself when you're not invincible, and inflict NPC when you are not invincible. When you are invincible. So I think we need to throw the invincibility on Shelter and do Mana Burst Light. You're doing good. Shelter solos everything. Oh, I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does, but MASH deserves some chance to get revenge here. So, you know, MASH gets to have some time to shine. MASH deserves some time to shine. Do-do-dun. Roll of the dice, EX. He keeps boosting Mash's damage, which is nice. Alright, now we do a Charlie chain. Because his buffs will be ending this turn. Quick resist down. MASH is not going to be crushed. She's not beholden to fate. He just gained evasion. That's annoying. Evasion is quite annoying there, Moriarty. 2 left for 3 turns. Okay, I need to think. How am I going to bypass his evasion? His charge will be reduced to 0. 3-turn attack boost. 3-turn crit boost. He has 2 evasions, right? Yes. So, doot, doot, doot. That should be enough to smash through Moriarty. Here we go. Shelter smash. Guess I underestimated you. He's a chance to evade. Screw off with your chance to evade, Moriarty. I wish I knew he had a chance to evade, because that's kind of annoying. Go for it, Shelter. Break him. Break his spine! Chance to evade means nothing to Shelter, apparently. Time to recalculate. Increase crit rate. Good gracious, Moriarty. Why are you giving Shelter the opportunity to just NP you in the face again? Not that she's going to, though. Just trying to think what the best order of operations here is. Next turn, I'll get Charlie. Okay. I think we do a mashed chain. Are you kidding me? That's annoying. That's really annoying. That is well and truly annoying. Charlie quick chain. I don't know why he was focusing on her, and why did... It was almost like she didn't resist his damage either. Was she not resisting his damage? Well, I need Charlie to at least generate crit stars so that Jolter can smack even harder. Come on, Jolter, you're supposed to have a Buster Blast. Fine, cleanse the debuffs first. Oh, that didn't remove the attack and NP strength down. That's somewhat worrying. Okay. Just let Charlie continue to generate us some stars so that way Jolter can have a truly busted turn. Screw off with the evasions, Moriarty. Okay, yeah. He needs to be broken this turn. He has 2 full evasions. Buster, Jolter. Get that buff nullification going. Thread of Fate severed. He has a Buster resistance down. That was a poor choice to debuff yourself with Moriarty. A very, very poor choice, but Charlie still has a lot of juice in the a lot of gas in the can, so let's have Charlie get an NP off. Get some more stars generated, so we can possibly Jolter Brave Chain to finish. $77 stars. There goes Charlie. There goes he. There's a bot band. It will be. Alright. It's time for a Jolter smash. Alright, Jolter-sama, what do you think? Should I finish Moriarty here with a Buster attack or with an NP? Since you are the Jolter master. In your humble opinion, what would be the better way to finish off Moriarty? Impale him on her NP, or with a simple Buster attack? Probably also get Castoria to boost her up a little bit further, even. You think a Buster attack? Okay. So we'll do a Cass, Buster, NP. Castoria, so that we can get the extra attack buff. defeat. It couldn't be helped. But it's not over yet. There's still something missing before I admit defeat. That didn't feel like 11 turns, I'm gonna be honest. That honestly did not feel like 11 turns long. 2 eggs and 2 scarabs. Nice. Very, very nice. Make no mistake, fate is not set in stone. It is in fact easily undone by something as small as a single pebble. Tell me, why do you think you lost? Sherlock Holmes. Should have waited to kill him until I had defeated all of Chaldea. Wrong. You're nowhere near the answer. Is it because I underestimated Sol? Wrong again. You had a firm grasp of his abilities from the outset. Who then? Charlemagne? Nash Chirolite? All wrong. Again, isn't there someone else you're forgetting? Someone rather important to you. Catechism Lupus. But he didn't do anything. He just stood back and watched. He hasn't even fulfilled his role as a He did, though. Wait, you don't mean... Right, he made your thread of fate visible so it could be cut. Remember this for the next greenhorn. Arrogance begets forgetfulness, and that leads you into traps aplenty. Now here's another question for you. What do you think you should do now? Surely you're not about to wait graciously for them to kill you. Well, it seems we have another idealist in our mindset. You'll never grow up to be me if you keep this up. Then again, perhaps all the other elements you've mixed in are preventing you from arriving at this conclusion. I can't blame you for being so accepting of death when you have the power of 3 goddesses of fate. Remember this too, pretty boy. Escaping swift death might be difficult, but escaping the death that comes for you slowly is easy. You need only let go of your arrogance. Those are actually some pretty deep and wise words. This is as far as I go. That was the last of my power. It was more than enough. Thank you. Thanks. You really helped me out right to the end. What else could I do? It was my master's dying wish. Right. Well, goodbye, Catechism Lupus. Before you go, I just want to say thank you. Wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for you. You're welcome, Master's Master. Yep. So, you're still on my shit list. I'm gonna introduce you to Summer Anastasia, who is in love with us, not you. I'm sure that will be satisfactory enough vengeance for me to, make you not on my shit list. Is just, I'll show off my Summer Anastasia to him. Goodbye. It would seem I've lost. Yes, you did. Your spirit origin is half destroyed, your magical energy is rapidly fading, and your equipment is so damaged you can no longer use your noble phantasm. You've lost, James Moriarty. Yes, you're right. Quite right. By the way, Mesh, I know you were the one who cut my thread, but you were the one who made it possible for her to do so, weren't you, Caddock? Yeah, that's right. I never said I wouldn't help them. Besides, I don't even have a servant of my own. If my help was enough to throw you off, then you had no business in this fight anyway. I can't argue with that. Well, now that I have nothing more left to do than die a miserable death, allow me to make a proposal. A proposal? Would you spare me? Are you serious? Looks that way. What do you want to do, Master? Just say the word and I'll cut his head off right now. Why in the world would we spare the one who murdered Sherlock Holmes, our trusted administrative advisor? If I may, I believe I can legitimately claim self-defense there. Self-defense? Oh. Well then, Mash Carlyle, I had a feeling you would be the first to realize. What are you talking about? Mash? Well, this goes back to when they were still alive. People thought both Holmes and Professor Moriarty when they died when they fell down Reichenbach Falls. But Holmes resurfaced sometime later, but alive and well. Professor Moriarty, on the other hand, was presumed to have really died in that fall. So if we take those events into account... Exactly. First he killed me, now I've killed him. That makes us even. No way, that can't be right. Can it? Well, I suppose from an eye for an eye standpoint, that would be fair. If somebody killed me and then I got to kill them, I would say that all debts are squared away. Afterwards, we could become the best of friends. Right, Jalter-sama? If somebody killed you and you killed them, you could become the best of friends, right? What kind of nonsensical argument is that for James Moriarty to resort to? You owe the Archer of Shinjuku an apology. Well, do I need to apologize to my older self for? All I did was speak the truth. Well, anyway, not too much to worry about. I'm in the same boat as Charlemagne now. My spirit origin is half destroyed, I'm hemorrhaging magical energy like crazy, and the goddess's thread of fate has been cut. I'll be dead and gone long before I can leave the singularity. Not even a temporary contract with you would change that now. Yeah, I guess you're right. The best of friends, then? Unless you've got some other trick up your sleeve, you'll be dead pretty soon. And you're obviously in no state to keep anything that big hidden. You're gonna die in the singularity. Be that as it may, there is more to the singularity than that. There is also something incredibly important here, something that will drastically affect your own future. I'm the only one who knows where it is. I'm the only one who can take you there. So what will you do? I'm just a servant. Sounds like Chaldea business to me, so I'm gonna keep my trap shut. You guys should be the ones to decide. The One Piece is here? Man, who would have known? Who would have guessed that the One Piece wasn't on Laugh Tale, but was instead in an alternate timeline based sometime in the 1900s in a land ruled that was split rule between Constantinos XI, Charlemagne the Great, Kriemhild from, I don't remember, Slavic mythology, and James Moriarty when he was young. Who would have thought? Man, Eiichiro Oda's gonna have a tough way to somehow get Luffy and his crew there. I'll keep my opinion to myself, too. I know I don't have any right to weigh in on this. A valuable lead, huh? I think we should accept Moriarty's proposal, Director. If Holmes were here, I think he'd do the same. He would never get so caught up in his emotions that he'd lose sight of the bigger picture. True, that does sound like him. And if you think the same, well, there shouldn't be any problem. That just leaves you, Sol. What do you think? I want to get him back once first. Get me back. I am in corporeal punishment, that's fine. Give him the old one, too. Ow! Are you okay? Come on, we punched out Goetia. We should be able to punch out a dandy boy like Moriarty. Not used to punching people, are you? Yes, we are! We literally had a fist fight with Goetia! We had a fist fight to the death that we won. Now then about my temporary contract. I'm not making any contract with you. You know why. Good grief, so earnest. Very well then, my contract is yours. You should be honored. Okay. I would hope you appreciate the gravity of the situation at least a little more than that. Ever hear about beggars and choosers, Moriarty? There, that should give me a little more time, but certainly none to waste on idle chatter. Alright, looks like things are all settled here. Hey, Moriarty. I hate to entrust this to an embodiment of evil like you, but I'm also pretty sure you're the kind of guy who keeps his promises. So I'm counting on you to watch out for our master. Got that? Yes, I do. It would be absolutely inappropriate to betray him after I begged him to spare my life. We also know you don't usually worry about how inappropriate something is before you do it, which is why I'll be watching you like a goddamn hawk. I didn't know you knew me so well, although if you're saying that sort of thing, then... Alright, it's someone's on my way out too, Master. Thank you, Charlie. Can't thank you enough, especially for probably being our ancestors since we look exactly like you, minus the white hair and weird red arm. Oh, stop. Me, I just stick with whatever's awesome. You're awesome. That's really all it comes down to with me. Whatever Rex Magnus Carl is in the Digital Sea, I bet he's happy about how all this turned out, too. No, wait, if he was here now... He'd probably say something about wanting to become welcome Mash as... What? Charlie? Am I gonna have to kick your alternate self's ass? Don't worry, he's not the type to go after someone else's woman. Good. He better not be. Mash blushing in the background. No, it's all good. I was kind of worried how things were going to go at first, but now I'm really glad I was summoned. Glad I met you, Charlie. Thanks. Sure am happy to hear that. Next time I hope we get a singularity with a lot more fun and hijinks. Something that can bring all 12 my 12 paladins to enjoy. In fact, we could invite the Knights of the Round Table too. Oh, maybe we could even have a soccer match. That sounds like a joke singularity. Anywho, if you ever need my help, just call for me. So long. Oh, damn it, I never did get used to these kinds of sad goodbyes. You know, jokes are the greatest sentence of foreshadowing. There's totally going to be a soccer match singularity of the Knights of the Round Table versus the Paladins of Charlemagne. Farewell, Charlie. Farewell, Holmes. Okay, Moriarty, show us the way. And remember, we're all watching you. Not to worry, at this point I'm so weak a bad fall could do me in. Alright, before we go any further, I want you to tell us something. What is this important thing, and where exactly is it? You did know that this was the United States before the race shift, yes? Yes. Though it certainly doesn't look like any state I recognize. If anything, the architecture seems predominantly European. Well, I assure you, what I'm about to show you could happen only in the United States. It's deep within the righteous realm, in what would usually be the state of Nevada. In a certain blank area, even Sancho, commented as she was, failed to notice. Don't worry, you'll see what I mean when we get there. So the One Piece is in the US of A! Dun dun dun! The One Piece is in Nevada. Is the One Piece in Area 51? Oh! 1 quartz, 5 truth eggs, 5 pure prisms, and 5 hellfires of wisdom, and that was section 21. For those of you watching this on YouTube, looks to be the penultimate section of this singularity. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the final section, section 22, and you will know retribution. Be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see when the next episode comes out. But I will see you all tomorrow.